Spacey Sims, and we are back with more London Detective Mysteria in Watson's route. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. We're in Watson's route. So we are at the end. I'm guessing we're getting close to the end of the Fog Over East End chapter, and then we've got 2 more chapters before we get our good ending, destined end chapter. And there's no more choices. So, I mean, that's good, I guess. And then we have to do the bad ending. And I was trying to think, we read the Holmes epilogue, didn't we? Yes, because the Holmes epilogue was the one where they were like making out on the couch, and you're like, whoa, 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 we got a little risk. Okay, because I just realized it was there, and I was like, wait, did we do that? I don't remember. Because like I said, it's been a while between when I recorded that and when I started recording this, just because I was doing a lot of Code Realized Wintertide Miracles just to get it up to speed, and I was kind of ahead on the, you know. Now that we're doing every other day instead of like 3 things a day, I've been lollygagging a lot, but, you know, I get a lot of stuff done in my house, and there's a lot of stuff to do. Like, I got a lot of craft stuff to go through, so that's gonna take forever. Anyway, but, you know, just for old time's sake, we're drinking while we play games. So every once in a while, I gotta take a sip. I had thought of it last night when I was recording the other part. I was like, oh! I put my raspberry beer in the fridge, and here we go. Nice big glass. We'll be drunk by the time we get to the end of this. Hopefully not. I don't know. Anyway, Pendleton brought us my carriage, which first took us to the Baker Street flat. My first thought was to help tend to his wounds. Upon offering my assistance, however, he claimed quite boldly that he was adept with tasks requiring dexterity and precision. The vocation of his father was not lost to him. He was so capable, in fact, that the extent of my aid was handing him whatever was from his bag when he asked. When I was young, I was always running around, taking unsightly spills and getting into fights, so I ended up learning how to patch myself up as a matter of course. So you're a detective who could double as a doctor, then? Watson's hands froze mid-stitch. There was a time when I thought of pursuing a career in medicine. Why didn't you? Back then, I got it in my head that I ought to become a detective instead. It hasn't gone quite as I planned, though. His smile seemed plastered on, a topical of humor to dull the ache of regret. Say, Spacey? What is it? Jack the Ripper, he said he kills anyone who bears witness to his murders. And that means it's possible he'll come after us again in the future. The false smile was no more, instead changed to a most serious expression. Knowing that, I need you to promise me something. What would you have me promise? You won't venture out alone anymore, to keep yourself out of danger. I know you're surely concerned for Holmes, but his father is with him. I'm sure he'll be fine for now. He had done this before, so I recognized it quickly. This way he spoke was kind, reassuring, but more a form of self-convincing than a statement of belief. I want you to make your own safety your greatest priority. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help but be worried for him. It troubled me to see Watson more concerned about my welfare than about his present injuries, which were by no means light. If I do so, I want you to likewise promise me that you won't go anywhere dangerous either, or place yourself in the way of any harm. All right, it's a deal then. I'll be honest, out of all of them, my favorite, I think, is Lupin, just because he's like the quiet, awkward, but also like, hi. I love the split personality. I do enjoy Jack, just because I have fun attempting his accent. I feel bad we haven't gotten to know Akechi, but I honestly feel like, though, so far what we've seen of the characters, she fits best with Watson. Like, I really do. Like, because she's so wholesome and cutesy. I mean, she's got some sass, don't get me wrong. But she's so wholesome and cutesy and like, oh, I'm so sad. And I just feel like, you know, because he's Disney Princess Jellyfish hair. So, I mean, I just feel like they go together better And as much as I love Sherlock Holmes, and Sherlock Holmes is my fucking I love it. It's not that I don't like the Holmes character. I definitely don't see her with him, but I want him to be my favorite because he's related to Sherlock Holmes and but he's not. Like, he wasn't a bad path. Like, I mean, at all. Like, not at all. I actually like all of the guys in this one. Like, I mean, I have my favorites, but I'm not like, well, okay, this one's on the bottom and like, or I don't like, there's some characters that you're like, I mean, they're okay, but I just don't feel, I just want to be bros with you. Like, I actually don't. Like, I like all of them. And I'm excited to go on. Even Watson, like, he normally, I think, would be the character that I would be, like, about. It's the jellyfish hair, it really is. It's also like, he's the kind of, like, I'm the super nice guy, but I'm also kind of tough. I'm like, like, he's that guy. And it's probably the voice I give him. It's like, the voice I gave him is like the voice of the character that I'm not usually a fan of. Maybe that's a problem. Maybe we should just stop using this voice. But you know what I mean? It's how I see them. Like, I just see him as having that voice. Like, But anyway, but I actually really do like Watson. I just feel like he's the best match with her out of all of them. Usually, though, my favorites, I don't think this is my favorite character, but if I actually step back and go, okay, her actual personality does not mesh with my favorite characters, like, ever. You're always like, seriously? Like, this doesn't work. It's awkward. Like, this is a weird, like, Even Cardia in fucking Spacey in Code Realize is an odd couple with Van Helsing, even though I love Van Helsing. Like, she's an odd couple with Saint Germain, even though I love Saint Germain. Kind of an odd couple with Impy, too. But better with Victor, and actually not too bad with Lupin. I could kind of almost see that. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's usually, like, there's always the, like, I love this character, but, like, legitimately her and no, doesn't work. Like, I see these two actually together because they both seem as very, like, as kind of adorable as each other. It's kind of sickening. Like, you just got diabetes. When you see them together, you're like, oh, it's so disgustingly cute, but I love it. Yeah. But, I don't know, I just had to take 20 minutes to say that. So anyway, not really. We're only 7 minutes in. All right, we already read that. He nodded his acceptance. Could have waited till here. One line, and then our little expose thing. In between, whatever. I'm not drunk yet, just ignore me. After some time, Spacey finally left the office. I shouldn't be reading that. I don't talk about myself in the third person. It's times like these that It's times like these. Oh, okay. I wasn't reading it right. Okay, I got it. No. I thought Tim was being stupid again, but it's just me. It's times like these that most make me wish I could promise her that I'll keep her safe. Loath as I was to admit it aloud, I certainly had no way to see that promise through. Luck. God. A simple chance. Perhaps one, perhaps a mix, perhaps all. It mattered not, as I knew well that the manner in which avoided death was not by my own skill. Manner in which we avoided death was not by my own skill? You know what? That sounds awkward. Anyway. If I were a better man, if I had Holmes's strength, she could have been scared such a terrifying ordeal. I hate feeling so weak. For all my boasts, what am I when danger comes round? I'm as fearful as any man. What's wrong with me? Oh, you're adorable, Disney Princess Jellyfish Hair. I thought I'd changed, but I'm still the same as I ever was. I'm still incapable of keeping her safe without relying on others. To know it frustrated me to no end. I clenched my newly sutured fists as the anger continued to build. You're gonna pop your stitches. Even when new blood spilled over the wounds I received earlier that evening, and even when the pain that accompanied it burned up my arm and through my entire body, I couldn't relax my grip. When was the last time I held myself in such contempt? That was pitiful. Indeed, I cannot recount another person as pitiful as I was now. Oh, stop feeling so sorry for yourself. Don't go. Oh, God, he's going to go after him. That's what the Watson versus the Ripper chapter. The next chapter's all about is you going after him like a fucking idiot. What did you just tell me? Not to be a fucking moron. I'm looking at you. Jack the Ripper may well seek her out again to make good on his promise. If he does, what will I be able to do about it? What can I do? Keep calm and trust Pendleton? Like, not even kidding. For shizzles. I can't remain as I am. I need to ground myself. Learn. Train. Improve. Yeah, so we're going to have a training montage that's going to take place over, like, 3 months, and then Jack the Ripper's going to show, like, convenient? That's all I'm saying. After all, I want to protect Spacey more than anyone. Note to self if you're a serial murderer and you want to murder someone. Don't get into an altercation like this, so you're Jack the Ripper, right? And be like, I kill anyone who gets in my way. All right, I'm going to give you guys like 3-4 months to like train, come up with a plan, do a little training montage, whatever, before I strike so you can beat me. Always strike the next fucking day. Because you got these assholes who are over here like, well, if we stick to a training routine heavily over the next few months, by the time he comes, we'll be ready to kick his ass. No. See, don't ever give them time to take you by surprise. That's all I'm saying. Think about it. What always happens in movies and TV shows? There's always some kind of a montage. There's always like, montage. All you need is a montage. But seriously. And, you know, it's always like over the course of weeks or months. And in that time, and then right when we're as ready as we're ever going to be. Oh, look, now danger strikes. How perfectly convenient. I'm just saying, if you're the evil foe, never give them time to do a training montage. Don't give them the time, and you won't get your ass kicked. I mean, I feel like that's every, like, supervillain's downfall is they give the superheroes time for the montages of training and preparing and planning, and just don't give them time to plan is all I'm saying, right? I mean, jeez. All right, now someone can feel free to give me my supervillain lair in the middle of a volcano. At the base of a volcano. I don't know how we're not dead if we're living in a volcano and working out of it, but like, whatever. It's, you know, when sharks with laser beams and like, whatever other supervillain things, because like, I got this. I'm not sorry about that rant. That was fun. Anyway. After all, I want to protect Spacey more than anyone. I want to defend her no matter the cost. I thought it said defeat her at first because I'm in the supervillain frame of mind, and I was like, well. After retiring from the Baker Street office, God damn it, Tim. Anyway, Pendleton and I returned home, yet it was not a particularly pleasant drive. A grave misunderstanding between us had brought rise to stress that thickened the very air between us. You've offended Pendleton! You slapper. Slapper Pendleton. Wait, Pendleton, would you at least listen to me? Oh, Pendleton's mad. Oh God, Spacey, you should be scared. He's a sharpshooter. You should be fucking Pendleton's the one you watch out for. I couldn't suppress the urge to shout. I know that I was wrong not to listen to you. I've apologized and I will apologize again. But forcing me to suspend my schooling is going too far. You misunderstand me, my lady. I'm not suspending your schooling. I'm telling you that you'll not be attending the academy ever again. The mistake was mine. Pendleton hung his head. Pendleton, why? Why would you hurt me so? It seems, in spite of my hopes, that the world presents little more than a source of danger to you after all. And I simply cannot expose you to that danger any longer. I love Pendleton, and part of it is how dramatically I read him. I know it probably doesn't come across as awesome as it does in my head, like, but I have fun with it, so that's all that matters, I guess. Please, Pendleton, you mustn't say that. The world is far more in it than simply danger. I never want to return to the way I was, living in ignorance, shielded by you from things both bad and good. There is truth before me, and I'd not turn from it any longer. My lady, if anything, I must continue to learn, to grow both wiser and stronger. And to accomplish that, the Academy and my fellow students are vital to my growth and improvement. Though you may try to prevent me, I fully intend to continue my studies at the Academy tomorrow and every day after. Don't make me fire you, Pendleton, because that would hurt me so bad. I love you so much. I had made my case and I was determined to stand by it. Why do I love him so much? I can't help it. Every time he's on screen, I'm like, I love him. In case you didn't know, because I haven't said it like 700 times every episode. But so please, I beg of you, let me continue my education. He's too good for her, that was all I'm saying. All this time, I truly believed I was handling you with the requisite strictness. But it seems I have a soft spot for your impassioned pleas after all. It appears you've learned a great deal about the world before I was even aware of it. The butler's stern face lifted only slightly, a hint of a smile playing at the corners of his mouth. God, he's so fucking beautiful. Why? Why do we deserve? We don't deserve this butler. Can I just say, if I ever am rich enough to have a butler, I hope he's as gorgeous as fucking Pendleton and just as sassy. You've done well, Jack. Not at all. I simply did as I was ordered. Exactly. You did everything you were told to do. Or so I believed. Uh-oh. Jack fell silent before the sharp eyes that made him humble. Why did you allow those two to live? They saw you going about your business. And do tell me, what is that unsightly bruise on your cheek? It truly pains me to believe you allowed yourself to be struck by your prey. Pitiful. Forgive me, sir. I ain't never gonna fail you. Listen well, Jack. Do not disappoint me any further. For if you do, all the effort I've put into raising you will be for naught. Focus only on obeying my orders and nothing more. Understood? I get it now. Yes, sir. Kill the two saw you. If you fail again, well, I'm sure I needn't speak of the consequences. No, sir. I shall atone for my failure. I even should have cost me own life. Cost me me own life. Cost me own life. That's actually what he said anyway. Lingering still along each finger of his iron claws was blood that had not quite dried. I feel so bad. Okay. So I was literally wondering, like, how the fuck are we going to get away with dating a serial murderer? Because he's being forced into doing it. He's not out there murdering, like, because he loves it, like Lupin is stealing shit because he enjoys, like, pretty things. You know what I mean? Like, he is murdering because he's basically forced into it. So it's like, by this person that raised him, like this faux daddy. You know what I mean? Like, so you really almost, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, we should totally forgive him for murdering people. But at the same time, it's kind of like, if you're a kid who's been brought up and this is what you've been forced into doing, how do you know better? How do you, like, he's trapped in this situation. So, like, I mean, it sucks. So I kind of see where they're going with this. Like, they're going to be like, well, he was forced into it. And honestly, this is going to be one of those times where I'm going to be like, you know what? I'll forgive him for it. Okay. Because I do like Jack. I bashed my glasses on my microphone. But, you know, there's other times where, like, your boys do shit, like get stabby. Not Saint Germain. We're always okay with that. But, and you're like, no, fuck you. I'll forgive you for that. No. You know? And then there's the Saint Germain cases or the Jack the Ripper case here where you're like, you know what? I mean, sure, you know, I will forgive him. It's cool. I don't know what it is. There's certain characters that I will just forgive for being murdery. And then there's other ones that I'm like, no, you don't. No. I'm looking at you, Toma. You motherfucker with your fucking kid. Fuck you. Get out, bastard. Still angry. I think if I played that game now, if I played Amnesia Memories again, like now, after playing all of these, maybe I wouldn't be so like, the fuck, Toma, about it. You know? I'm still thinking I would, though. Because, like, Ukio, you know, was the one that you're like, you know, whatever. I mean, what? Stabbed me, burned me, threw me off a building, pushed me in front of a car. He killed me a lot of fucking times, and I'm still okay with all of it. I mean, you know, he was possessed by a sprite. Spirit. It was possessed by spirit. Whatever. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, I'm just saying. Anyway. I see where they're going to go with Jack is basically what this book was about. And that night, I had a bittersweet dream of a bygone time. I dreamt of the days I lived in the rural town of Chippingcampton, north of London. Chippingcampton. In those days, Campton, yeah. The loneliness I felt in the wake of losing my parents still lingered strongly within me, particularly when I was alone. Just a little longer. Just bear with it a little longer. I must have seen no more than 8 or 9 summers at the time. There I was trying desperately to save a young deer that had been caught in a trap. Now she's going to remember. I had no expectation that Pendleton would come rushing to my aid either, as by venturing outside alone I had broken my promise to him not to do so. Its leg was held by the trap's vice-like grip, and it had grown so weak that it was unable to stand. This is sad! Oh. Even knowing that, I persistently tried to do all I could to save it, and set about seeing how I might open the trap. Yet all I succeeded in doing was injuring my own hand on its unfeeling blades. The trap did not relent in its iron grip, not in the slightest. I don't know what to do. How? I can't fix this. Okay, we're supposed to be a kid, so I got a kid voice. My hand throbbed with pain. I was utterly alone. Everything welled up within me, and I wanted so much to cry. Please tell me we get to see baby Watson. Anytime I was on the verge of tears, Mother and Father's faces would flicker through my young mind. I would be reminded of times I fell and wailed, how Mother was always there to wrap me in her loving arm. Tim! Fuck, man! Wrap me in her loving embrace. How Father was present to watch me grow. I longed for these things. You know, in Holmes's path was so complimentary of, like, the translation and everything. And, like, the translation is still fucking good, and the prose is flower. And I don't know if they spiced it up a little, or this is 100% they had just, like, direct translated it, and we should be thanking the people who wrote the game, or what. You know what I mean? So I don't really know if it's the translation team, or, like, the original team who wrote it. I don't know, but it's amazing. But, like, don't let Tim type your translations. He's terrible. Tim is a terrible typist. Stop it. Stop using him. Why does every place use him? God. I mean, I will volunteer to be an editor and read through all of the games, and you can pay me a lot of money to do it, because, I mean, I'm going to catch this shit. As long as I can record it and upload it. You know, after the game's released, I'll just record as I go, and then we'll just save it. So it'd be like, instead of me like, hey, I've recorded 2 weeks in advance, I've recorded months in advance, guys, because you haven't, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. I volunteer as tribute. That would be the greatest fucking job, right? I'm just saying. And I'm learning Japanese, so eventually, you know, I could learn to translate games. Just saying. I'm better at reading it than speaking it right now. You know, what little I know. Just saying. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. I would be reminded of times I know we've read some of this, but times I fell and wailed. How Mother was always there to wrap me in her loving embrace. How Father was present to watch me grow. I longed for these things. How stupid to long for what was long gone. Father, Mother. I wasn't reading as a kid. As I whispered their names for no one by my ear to hear. Okay. That, I would have said no one but my ear to hear. But I understand where no one by my ear, like beside, I can understand where maybe they meant that literally and not terrible typing, but still. Another sound caught my attention. Wait! Get back here, damn it! A shout disturbed me, and soon after, a boy had come bursting through the nearby bushes. He was chasing something. A rabbit? Got ya! The boy dived toward the rabbit to finally capture it. He met with success. Hey, stay still already! Calm down! God, how can you still run like that when you're hurt? Only then was he aware that I had witnessed him. Has he gotten himself trapped? Perhaps curious, he skipped to me with a lightness as I huddled next to the deer, contrastly in much distress. That must be painful. Don't worry, I'll get you out of there. The boy released the rabbit, which bounded off in an instant, without thought, and firmly grasped the trap. I'll help you. Okay, We go on 3 then. 1, 2, 3. Marshalling all our strength, we barely managed to free the animal's leg. It was for nothing. Even when liberated, the deer never moved again. He's so young, but so thin. He must have gotten hungry from being unable to run away from here. And then he got weaker and weaker. It must have been so lonely. Right, it just being trapped here all alone must have been awful. I'm so sorry we couldn't save you. I could see the tears he tried to hold at bay. I understood. My chest panged and a lump sat in my throat. But even when the time was right, I suppressed the urge to cry. What about a grave? What? Let's make a grave. Leaving it out here in the cold is just so sad. I like that. Let's make one. We were tiny, tiny children, and still we used our tiny hands to dig out a grave from the soft earth for this animal. It was an unsightly plot, an uneven mound of dirt covered with palm prints and a single flower, but we could be proud of it, for it was the best we could do. I mean, I'm just saying you're depriving all of the crows and the buzzards and other scavenging animals of something to eat. I couldn't just be like, all right, let's just leave this deer carcass here. I probably couldn't do it either. You know what I mean? Like, what do we do with it? I don't know what to do. Oh, we don't get to see his eyeballs, but we get to see kind of little... Okay, why does he always have the bandage on his cheek? Like, what is the deal with that? Is that like a style thing? It's like, hey, it's kind of like Enomoto wearing the eye patch. Like, why do you wear the eye patch? Because it's cool. Why do you have that? It's because it's neat. Just like it. Just put a bandage on every day for funsies. Like, why? It's just like a character trait. It's like instead of a mole or a freckle, it's like a band-aid. Like, oh. Do you live here? Yes, I lived even further from here for a while. But I've been told this area is off limits, even to the locals. I've never talked like this to anyone other than the person who looks after me, either. Have you never felt lonely? Oh, sorry. That's not something I should say to someone I just met. Just, you said you've lived here for a long time, so I was wondering if you've ever felt alone. Or lonely, I guess. The boy looked directly at me with great concern. I didn't know how to respond. You know what's funny? They're kids and they don't even fucking care. They're not like, who are you? What's your name? Not, it's just the boy. Like, because later you'd be like, oh my God, we met, because you'd remember names. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I read that. I didn't know how to respond anyway. I couldn't deny how often I felt lonely, as it so often crept over me that the lie would certainly show on my face. I could no longer number the nights alone I had been afraid to close my eyes, the mornings when I felt scared waking up alone. I harbored within my soul a deep unhappiness that drove me to the brink of tears when the feeling was at its worst. I couldn't claim to not know it, yes, but I could also not speak honestly of knowing it as well as I did. I'm all right. You see, I have a crime that I absolutely have to solve. The words were directed perhaps more to myself than to him. It's something so important that I can't leave it to anyone else. I need to do it myself. A crime? So until I've done that, I can't worry anyone. I can't be too dependent on anyone. I can't let myself be lonely either. For my mother and father as well. I didn't like this. My voice wavered. No, I did not like this. And trembled. I rubbed my eyes. I wasn't going to cry. They were there, heavy in that my eyes were sore from their weight. There, in that with one blink they would be overflowing. There, and that I wished they were not. Don't do that! The boy's voice was filled with panic. If you rub your eyes like that, bacteria's gonna get in and make them hurt. I'm not in any pain. It's not good to lie. Oh. He took my hand in his. I knew it. You cut yourself on that trap before I arrived, didn't you? He drew a soft cloth from his pocket and wrapped it round my hand. When people get hurt, they sometimes bleed, right? And it hurts too. Well, people's hearts are exactly the same. When you're upset or you're sad, and then it hurts, and sometimes you cry too. Nothing good comes from trying to... Nothing good comes from trying to turn your eyes away from your own pain, you know. If you're hurt, it's all right to cry. But I can't. I can't do that. The more he watched me with a sweet face that stood to gain nothing in being kind, the more I knew it was a matter of time before I broke down into sobs. All I could do was to look downwards. Wait a minute, okay? Huh? I'll be right back. He let go of my hand and took off running, disappearing from sight. I expected that would be the last I would see of him, and yet it was not. Within minutes, he had returned. He had something for me. Sorry for the wait. Here you go. In the palm of his hand was a modest, handmade gift. Oh my god, it's like fucking Natsuki and fucking Black Butterfly. Look, I made you a ring! Oh! Oh, the adorable baby feels. I love it. Anyway. Is this a ring? But it's made of flowers. Yep, I've seen my mom make them before, so I decided to do what she does. I'll give this to you. To me? Right now, I can't take away what's hurting you most. I thought that this might at least bring your smile back a little faster. My god, he's so Oh, Disney Princess Jellyfish hair, you're adorable. The boy slid the ring, twisted together from white clovers, and it's it's the same! Same! Onto one of the fingers of my left hand. Look, it's like we're married! Oh my god. Fucking adorable. Drat, I should probably made it a bit bigger. It looks like it'd be a perfect fit for your ring finger, at least. I should have paid more attention when I was watching Mum make them. He was quite bashful about this, adoringly so, as he covered his face. It's so darling. Huh? You really think so? Yes, thank you very much. You're welcome. He smiled. I could bask in the warmth that smile provided. As I admired it, the pain in my hands seemed to dwindle. And perhaps owing to that same smile, even the desire to cry, those hot tears, had all but subsided. Sorry, I wish I could do more for you. Huh? It hurt to see him wear a twinge of sadness. He was too honest. And it's been bothering me for a bit, but your hair is a knot. Huh? Oh no! At his suggestion, I reached to touch my hair, noticing only then that it was snarled and tangled in several places. How long has it been like that? With all these bushes about, it's no surprise it would end up that way. I started trying to tug and untangle the strands, but doing so accomplished little. No, don't do that. Your hair's so pretty. Just stay still a minute. Oh my god, he really is fucking adorable. Like, I can't handle this. All right? He was careful. I felt safe in his care, and so I waited with patience as he helped. A flush of embarrassment had come to me as well, but not wishing to interrupt, I remained still and let him do this work. A thought occurred to me, one that should have quite certainly occurred much sooner than quite certainly. A thought occurred to me, one that should have quite certainly occurred much sooner than it had, or come much sooner than it had. Stop letting Tim type. Thank you so much. May I ask your name? My name, it's... But she forgets. Oh. I didn't move for some time upon awakening. There I lay, a compoundment of events too grand to organize in one sitting, keeping me from acting on any single one of them. Holy crap, I can't read. That happened so long ago that I'd forgotten all about it. But that boy really did save me. He'd even escorted me close to home afterwards. His name was... Oh, I can't remember. I heard him say it, but I can't remember at all. Is she fucking stupid? Okay, she's like, huh, oh, wait, that sounds exactly like that story that Watson told me. Weird! And also, that boy took knots out of my hair, and Watson did the same thing. Weird! Like, what if... Oh my god, it's the Clark Kent phenomenon again, isn't it? Like... It's gonna take her till the end to be like, oh, you... It's so weird. You told me that story, and then I remembered the same thing, and they didn't put two and two together because I'm clearly fucking retarded. I just... Then again... I then recall what Watson had said to me. Okay, all right. You know what? I'm sorry. Okay. I jumped to the conclusion that she was going to be fucking stupid. She's putting it together. Okay. All right. Okay. I jumped the gun. I just assumed because the heroines are always completely goddamn stupid that she was just okay. All right. Okay. I get it. Okay. All right. I'll give her the benefit. Like, she's waking up. Oh, that boy's saving. Wait a minute. Wait, Watson. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. That's me. That's Spacey being an asshole. All right. Well, I say met. It was more I stumbled into her. She'd been trying to free an animal from a trap. I wanted to help her, and we managed to free the poor thing. It had grown so weak, and it didn't make it. Of course, there wasn't a single thing I could do or say. I couldn't make her smile, and I couldn't convince her that it was all right to cry. The only thing I was able to do was treat her injuries from the trap. Could he be that boy? Oh, good God, Spacey. Yes, Jesus. All right. I take it back. All right, let's just see how this goes. Let's just see if she stays in the stupid or if she gets clued in. She's hovering. The boy who held out his hand when I was all alone. The boy who had told me it was all right to cry. As my mind turned over and over, the silhouettes of that boy and Watson began to melt into one, till I was unsure what to make of it all. What? Oh my God! Why are you so fucking stupid? Not the her or the bird. Go in your cage and drink your fucking water. You cannot drink it from the outside. Shrieking at the bottle isn't going to help. Why are you the dumbest? Oh, God, why is my bird so fucking stupid? You are cute, but you are the dumbest. You are legitimately... Don't look at me like that. I don't feel bad for calling you stupid. You're stupid. You are so dumb. You have a dish with water in it, and you can go in your cage and drink out of the water bottle the way it's designed to work. Don't talk back to me. Why are you stupid? You are too cute, but you are too fucking dumb. He just hangs on the outside of his cage and tries to shrieks at the water bottle because he can't figure out how to use it. It's like you go in the cage and I'm not sure. He's had that thing for a fucking year, and I swear to God, I think he's too stupid to figure out how to drink out of it. I'm surprised he hasn't died of dehydration. Like, I don't know how he lives because I seriously don't think he knows how to drink out of it. And it's like, you're so stupid. Like, you are stupid. And, I can't even get him. Put in the cage, show him how to, this is what you do. I poke at it with my finger, you know what I mean? I don't like the bottle or anything. But I'm and then he just sits there and it's just show me you know how to fucking drink out of this. Because I have never seen him drink out of it. I don't know. Even the parakeet figured it out. Baby Bird wasn't as stupid as you, and she was old. And she was very much no, not going to do new things. She took to the water bottle. She was like, oh, okay, I get this. Cool, I'll drink out of it. I wasn't going to make her do it because she's not the one who fucking puts all her food in the water and turns it into goddamn gelatin. Asshole. Bird is such a dick. I love him, but Jesus, he's stupid. Oh my God. Birds are dumb. Anyway. As my mind turned over and over. Okay, wait, I read that. Sorry. This is not a good part. We have been all over the place with this. Okay, now we're going. Wow. I'm actually surprised that chapter. I know we talked a lot, but I'm surprised that chapter lasted as long as it did. Oh, God, don't tell me he's going to go after Jack the Ripper. Or Jack's going to go after him. Jack knows him. My arrival at the academy did nothing to ease my prevailing thoughts of Watson. It did nothing to clear my head of guilt. I yearned to offer an apology for my actions the previous day, but that useless need was not the only thing that brought him to mind. I wonder if we're going to see Jack and be like, Jack, where'd you get that bruise on your face? And not be able to figure it out. I wished to inquire about my childhood memories also. Watson, may I speak with you for a bit? I'm truly sorry for everything that happened yesterday. Okay, so when he was a kid, though, the bandage was on his cheek down here, and now it's up here. It's he just moves it. So when he's older, it's gonna be up here. It's making a reverse clock around his face. Anyway, I'm truly sorry for everything that happened yesterday. Don't worry about it. It's all in the past now. I'm sorry too, Spacey. Anyway, I've got something I need to tend to. Watson, wait! He's gone. break hour played out much the same, with Watson bursting out of the classroom to see whatever had his attention. What could be the matter with him? It doesn't seem his arm is healed, and yet he's running around heedless of his injury. And not only that, it feels as though he's avoiding me. Was I reflecting on the situation too much? It wasn't uncommon for me to do so, and as anyone did, I did this twice as much when guilt was involved. It could have been nothing. This business of his may well have been been very real and very urgent. It could have been a tall tale to avoid me as well. Watson, I have something I need to ask you. Sorry, Spacey, I'm in a bit of a hurry. Oh, before we could converse properly, he had already dashed off. Never once did he look me in the eye. Watson, this must be because of what happened yesterday. The dark unease coursed through me vividly again. Why am I still so unnerved? It's not as though I'm at the scene of a crime. Watson has aided me so many times, so often been a help. He has always treated me with kindness and consideration. All this time I've taken it for granted, never noticing the warmth he had shown me. It was only when he was active and avoiding me that I learned something. I had taken his presence for granted. So this was why I possessed such guilt. All said I was a small and petty girl. I sighed in a vainful hope that the churning in my stomach would leave with it. Churning in my stomach. Oh, wow. It did nothing. Quite strongly did this ugly feeling wanted nothing more than to dispel linger. Quite strongly did this ugly feeling I wanted nothing more than to dispel linger. There's a word missing and some fucking commas in there. Okay. Several more days passed with no opportunity to speak with Watson. I wonder whether Watson is trying to investigate the case surrounding Holmes on his own. Holmes had not returned to school. The usual length of his absence had, of course, not gone unnoticed. The official statement given was that he had been called upon to assist his father with the case. Is this how things are to be from now? Is this how things are to be from now on? Will I be unable to speak with Watson or to ever see Holmes again? I felt my outlook grow drearier still as I considered that prospect. Spacey, you have all the look about you of bread that has failed to rise. Are you all right? Marple saw me in the corridor and called out to me. Yes, I'm fine. Now, you look far too forlorn for me to seriously believe that. Do I truly look so depressed? Watson's the reason you're feeling down, isn't it? What? Every time he hurries out of the classroom, you always look as though you have something on the tip of your tongue to tell him. I haven't the faintest what's going on between the two of you, but I can say I'm not the least bit pleased with him, leaving you in such a fit of melancholy. The blame doesn't lie with Watson, though. Come on. Oh, come on. You're with me on this, right, Lupin? What? Me? Lupin, who had by sole coincidence come with us and expected to keep silent, was so unprepared to be part of any topic that his spectacles nearly slipped off his nose when he whipped his head round. You don't think it acceptable for a man to be so absorbed in the details of a case that he ignores a lady, do you? Yes, that's precisely my stance as well, Miss Marple. Absolutely. Still, there are a number of disturbing, some might even say alarming cases lately. Take the Jack the Ripper murders, for instance. To merely hear the name Jack the Ripper sends a chill down through me. And it was so different to the chill others experienced. Indeed, they could exaggerate a shiver and be on their next topic. But as for myself, I recalled him, his presence, his lack of face beneath his brim, his claws dripping with blood. The subject was now too close to me. So, okay, are we trying to say, because she keeps saying, she mentioned, in the very beginning she couldn't see him, and we saw this CG kind of thing, right? And then later we see him, blah, 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 but then she says, his face is in shadow. So then I'm wondering, okay, maybe that's why they don't fucking recognize him, because they couldn't see him. We can see the character, but, we're supposed to, read into it that Watson and Spacey can't see his face, so they wouldn't be able. So it's not like, wow, you're dumb. You can't tell that. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, so that I under. I mean, the Lupin thing. I mean, he does have like his hair's crazier and like whatever, and he's got a totally different personality. But I still think you should be like, you know. But anyway.
Spacey, are you really certain you're all right? I'll go with you to the nurse's office if you like. Was it something I said?
No, I really am fine. You needn't worry about me, you two. I took a deep breath in hopes to distance myself from that night. It was in this morning's paper, wasn't it? Another murder in the East End? The victim, like others, had her throat cut open and her organs removed from her abdominal cavity. Ugh. Was the man I saw that evening truly the same as the Jack the Ripper from the papers? Oh, whoops. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I hit the button and I wasn't even finished reading, and I knew that too. Wow. He appeared to be targeting solely that man and any who saw him in the act. If I were to inform anyone that I had been attacked by Jack the Ripper, word might somehow reach him and see him stalk me. Yeah, but he knows where you live. Like, it was for that reason that I had told only Pendleton and the Scotland Yard officers who came upon the scene what had transpired. If he really was the infamous Jack the Ripper, why was he targeting a man when women have been the sole victim of the Ripper crimes? Was it just an anomaly? Or is there some piece I'm missing? I don't know, all the victims are missing pieces. Just kidding. The incisions and the manner in which her organs were removed are clear evidence that the killer, whoever he may be, is exceptionally familiar with human anatomy. Akechi! He is adorable. I missed you! We never get to see you! Like, wants to pat him on head. Adorable, little shy, awkward glasses nerd. I love the glasses characters. As though sensing a discussion about the murders, Akechi and Kobayashi had come upon our impromptu gathering. To me, that implies that the killer may well be employed in a profession that necessitates great familiarity with the human body.
Like a doctor, perhaps.
A very reasonable possibility, yes. Still, there was a rumor circulating some time back that the killer was a young man.
And perhaps a young man who's also a doctor? Would that even be possible?
Of course not. No young man could have completed all the education and training required to obtain a medical license.
Do you really think so? Even if they lacked a license, a teenager with the right resources could still feasibly attain a high degree of medical knowledge, and perhaps as an assistant to a doctor. And take Watson, for example.
Watson? Had I heard correctly?
Oh, I had completely forgotten that Watson is the son of a doctor.
Hold on a minute. You can't seriously be casting down on Watson, can you? There's no way he could be the killer. Miss Whitley, I think you should calm down Watson is a kind and caring person. If he sees someone in pain or in need, he'll do his utmost to aid them without fail, even if in doing so he puts himself in harm's way. It was just like he had helped me. Like he had protected me again and again. It simply is impossible for him to be a murderer.
None of us are implying that he is, Spacey. Since we all know him, I was simply using him as an example of a young man with a high degree of medical training.
True! There's no way Watson, of all people, could really be Jack the Ripper. No sooner had my anxiety sought rest from one issue done, had it been enkindled by another. Listen, have you heard the rumor about Holmes from the detective class? You mean that he's a suspect in a murder case, right? Their voices were coming from the courtyard. I'd heard the reason he hadn't been attending classes recently was just that he was helping his father with a case, though. Well, you never know. I mean, his old man is a famous detective. Scotland Yard would certainly be more inclined to let things slide for him than you or I. That old class is full of eccentrics as it is. All they have to do is say they're working a case and the instructors will let them out of class early. Wish we had it that good.
Well, they're certainly not sugarcoating their opinions, are they? I can't exactly deny that our class does have quite the number of eccentric people in it.
Even so, I can't say that I think it proper to speak ill of an entire class behind their backs.
Do you, think I'm counted among the eccentrics they're discussing?
Do you even need to ask?
Well, the Lupin's like, am I eccentric?
Yes. You're like one of the most eccentric ones out of all of us. Like, literally. Jack is probably only slightly more eccentric than fucking Lupin. Only because we know Lupin's split personality, right? And the students, meanwhile, continued to discuss the detective's course. You know that Spacey Whitley, the famous detective who ended up in the newspapers and was appointed by Her Majesty herself, is in that class, right? You know that Spacey Whitley, that famous chick? What? Yeah, she's upper crust, though. Do you really think she cares about helping people? It's probably just a hobby to her, something to pass the time. Then do you think she's just used her family's connection to cozy up with the Queen to get her badge? That would be quite shameless. I'm not sure I'd feel if I were to receive assistance from someone like her. That is, if she'd even deign to help us. Utter fools, the lot of them.
Easy, Akechi, easy.
Let's return to the classroom, Spacey. There's little point in standing here waiting for more nonsense to float past.
Yes, I think that's a fine idea.
All right. It was not so easy for me to push what the boy said. Oh my god! Why is this such a train wreck? I'm like, am I shit-faced? Like, why can't I read? Because the words are fucked up. Anyway. It was not so easy for me to push what the boy said from my mind. I'm supposed to be one of Her Majesty's detectives, and yet I find myself always relying on others, always shielded by them. Were the question put to me, could I honestly stand up and say without a doubt or hesitation that my truest and best prerogative is to be a detective who helps others? I inspected the ring on my finger. As I watched it shimmer in the light, a shout erupted from the courtyard. Ah! What do you want? Voices I'd overheard earlier and new ones melded into a single rhythm of panic. Hey! And soon this was followed by a curt confrontation from someone I knew. I was just wondering, like, ah! And they screamed. I was like, it's Watson. He's going to pummel them. Watson? When I observed the courtyard for the source, there was Watson, boiling with anger, as he clenched one of the two men present by the collar, both of whom were equally as angered. Oh, it's just Holmes' stooge. What do you want with us? Let go of me. You're just his assistant. You can't do anything without him. Go ahead, and say whatever you like about me. But I don't plan to stand here and listen to you insult someone dear to me. So if you don't plan on stopping, then I'll have to make you. Eek! All right, I'm sorry. Just let go of me. The two boys fled the courtyard. Watson. My first impulse was to take their place and tend to Watson. Yet before I could take the first step, he too had left. Goodness, I've never seen Watson that angry before.
I seriously thought he was gonna belt that chap right in the face.
He's not that sort of person, though. You're absolutely right, Miss Whitley. He's not the sort of man who could possibly commit a crime. Look at how sweet his face is like this. It's adorable. Thank you, Akechi. I knew I was being avoided. Still, I made my attempt to speak to him with the expectation that I would fail, only for my expectation to be absolutely correct. He had left the academy before I could make the attempt. I couldn't be held at arm's length forever, surely. Could I? No, surely not. I'll speak with him no matter what. About the case, about my memories of that incident, whatever it takes, I have to talk with him. My desire was fueled into a resolution, enough for me to think it a small weight lifted off my chest. The return home was short. It was in... Oh. Okay, alright. I was like, what? The return home was short. It was in the door, make preparations to leave, and setting out at once for the Baker Street office. My lady, what are you doing over there? Pendleton? Are you planning on going out? The situation as it was, I felt it best to be honest in telling Pendleton where I was going rather than lie. I'm going upstairs, fully dressed, with a coat on, and my going out boots, because I feel eccentric. electric today! Excuse me! Anyway, I was planning on making my way to Holmes and Watson's office. You are worried about Watson, I take it. Yes, I have been for several days now. My lady, have you forgotten the promise you made to him? I need you to promise me something, that you won't venture out alone anymore, to keep yourself out of danger. Was Pendleton like right there? Is Pendleton always with us? That makes the makeout session with Holmes really fucking awkward. And you know what? I literally just imagine Pendleton like, you think it's awkward. How do you think I feel? I had to witness this. I'm kind of appalled. Ugh. I tried to read the paper, but it was dark, first of all, and then I still had to hear things. And my imagination was just, you know? Poor Pendleton. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was clearly right here. He's always right fucking there. Like, Jesus, Pendleton. A little bit of privacy. No, Pendleton. But when I sleep, I need you to spoon me and hold me and keep me safe. Anyway. Oh, I'm glad to see it hasn't slipped your memory. In that case, I hope I can expect you to remain inside this evening. I suppose you're right. Well, or the circumstances ordinary, and that's what I'd say to you. However, these circumstances are by no means ordinary. Until a scant few moments ago, I had every intention of escorting you to and from your destination. Really? Still, I find myself having second thoughts. This feeling is perhaps not unlike that of a father whose reigning place in his daughter's heart has been supplanted by an eager suitor. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That didn't come out so well because I wasn't sure what the fuck I was reading. Like, whose reigning place in his daughter. Okay. And I fucking Pendleton, the dramatics. The dramatics, Pendleton. This feeling is perhaps not unlike that of a father whose reigning place in his daughter's heart has been supplanted by an eager suitor. Yeah, that's more Pendleton. He's very dramatic, Pendleton. At least in my imagination, and I love it so much. Daughter, come now, Pendleton. You're not my father. You're far too fucking fine to be my father. Although her dad was pretty good looking too. Not gonna lie. I'm just saying. I didn't mean it literally, my lady. Watson is an important friend to me. As I said, my lady, my statement was figurative and not to be taken literally. Still, with a denial garnished by the degree of embarrassment, and now I'm having second thoughts about even that. And so I set off for my destination. He was unhappy with the whole affair, as he'd expressed plainly on multiple occasions and would likely express more in the future, but Pendleton still escorted me by carriage. And he was very firm in his insistence that he would personally come to pick me up when it was time to return home. Were we just going to sit there and we're like, Watson and I are arguing, and Pendleton said he's going to come in 2 hours. So, I got about an hour and 53 minutes to wait. So, do you mind if I stay inside here? Okay. Sits awkwardly for like over an hour, almost 2 hours with Watson, who you're having an argument with. I mean, I'm just imagining. Like, when she's going to pick up, like, she's going to send him a telegram? Like, what the fuck? I don't think they have phones yet. Do you? Oh, yeah, they do. There was a part where she had to call him, right? She did pick up the phone and call. Okay, yeah, so. She rich. She got a phone. Okay. The door upon arrival was locked. No one appeared to be inside. Perhaps he simply hasn't come home yet. If I wait here, I may still be able to speak with him. Up until now, I've been able to see and speak with him whenever I wish to. Why is it that now I can't? Just where has he been? What is he doing? Watson. Oh, what is it, Spacey? I'm assuming it's Watson. Oh, it's Hudson. Okay, never mind.
Oh, what is it, Spacey?
As if in response, Hudson called out from behind.
What are you doing just standing there? You'll catch your death of cold if you just loiter around out here.
Hello, Hudson. Well, Watson forgot something at school, so I've come to bring it to him personally. But there doesn't appear to be anyone back home yet.
Really? Honestly, that man really is useless. Still, ever since Holmes stopped coming home, Watson just hasn't been the same. It feels like there's something missing here now. Like it's just too quiet without their back and forth. I do hope Holmes can come home soon.
Yes, so do I. I guess just the music. It just sounds like it's like staticky and weird, but it's just me talking over it and how low it is. It sounds awkward. It's fine.
You seem a little down yourself, though.
Her lips puffed out in concern.
What's wrong? I'm your assistant, you know. Whatever's on your mind, you can tell me.
Thank you, Hudson. But I'm fine. Really, I am.
You and me both know that just isn't true. You look so forlorn as you called out Watson's name under your breath just a minute ago.
Wait, Hudson, you saw that.
Of course I did. Keen observation is very important for a detective, as you know.
Next to puff was her chest, this time in pride.
Have the two of you had a fight, and then you came here because you wanted to make up with him?
Make up with him? I suppose you're right.
I'm sure it'll be a simple matter then. After all, he's always had a soft spot for you. I'm sure smoothing things over with him will be a simple enough matter.
Hudson, I think Watson is just kind to everyone.
Well, that's true, but he's especially kind toward you. The impression I get is that the way he acts around you is like you remind him of his first love or some such. This is Watson we're talking about here, so I'd imagine it's something uncomplicated like that.
His first love? I found myself recalling the story he had told me once before, and how gentle his expression had become when he spoke of that girl from his memories. I'm sure he must still care deeply for her even now.
I think I shall give him a good interrogation about all of this next time I see him.
And be gentle with him, Hudson. Perhaps she's right. What if the source of his kindness is simply some resemblance to his first girl he loved? Oh my God, don't get stupid. You know it's you. I felt an emptiness in the pit of my stomach as the thought passed through my mind.
Say, would you care to join me for some tea? If you have the time, of course. I'd be happy to treat you.
Thank you, Hudson. I'd love to. Pushing back against the feelings that welled up within me, I consented with a smile and a nod. Well, yeah, because Pendleton's not coming back for 2 hours and no one's here, so I mean, I don't know, I'm just guessing. Outside the Academy's dormitory... Oh, we're over! Hold on! We can't go back, but we'll just pretend. We're overtime, so I'm gonna stop here, and we'll read about being outside the Academy's dormitory in the next part, which I'm actually gonna record now, because I have some time, so I'm gonna record another part. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more!